Okay, thank you, Tony. It's time to start. 9 o'clock, right? Marco, good morning. Welcome. How are you guys? It's nice to see you. Stephanie,
Good
thank you for
morning,
being.
teacher.
Good morning. Thank you for being on time. That's the idea. Marco, thank you for being on time. Guys, do you know the difference between on time, in time? No? On time means you arrive some minutes before, like Stephanie, 5 or more minutes before the time. In time means you arrive o'clock. This is 9 o'clock, you join 9 o'clock. Okay, that's the difference. So the idea is to do it on time, but at least you did it in time. That's great, Marco. So, guys, yesterday we talked about two and enough, right? And I mentioned that next week, next Wednesday, we're going to take the first quiz. And I promise that I'm going to bring today the topics for the quiz, okay? So here I have some of them because I forget to take notes of the second part that I'm going to show you. So mainly these topics, at least talking about English, vocabulary, and knowledge of English. So please practice these phrasal verbs, memorize it, the meaning, find out, wear out, sum up, take up, get on with, have a go, make up. I send you through a chat, okay? You have to memorize or to learn these phrasal verbs. Vocabulary, the difference between way, journey, trip, and travel. We work on that. We mentioned it in a class. Collocation, when we use do and when we use make, because both means hacer, right? Too many, too much, enough, such as, and so. And also the most difficult one may be prefixes. Prefix. I already prepared two files to practice it, okay? So give me a moment. These files are already uploaded on the platform. Chicos, si quieren ir practicando, los vamos a traer la otra semana, pero pues desde ya están en la plataforma, ¿ok? Ya los pueden descargar de ahí si quieren ir mirando. And here I have the prefixes because I take notes, but not a lot. Okay, also vocabulary, food, dish, meal, and plate, okay? We mentioned it like last week, I think. We talked about that vocabulary, the difference between those words, meal, food, dish, and plate, okay? La diferencia entre esas palabras. And as I mentioned, prefixes. Let me see something. So, anyway, each file contains a short explanation. Okay? Cada documento tiene como una pequeña explicación, un pequeño recorderis y ejercicios, of course. So, these prefixes. These, in, il, here, mainly, principalmente estos. But you know, we studied most of them. And these, let me see, and type it in the chat, okay? So please take advantage of the weekend and study. And
Profesor, disculpe una pregunta. Mañana tenemos masterclass, ¿verdad? A las 9 de la noche.
a las 8, Stephanie,
No, 9 de la noche, 8.
¿no? 8, I think. 8. From 8 to 9.
8. 9 de la
Yes.
mañana, es la noche, ¿verdad?
No, de la noche. Yes.
Ah, todos tenemos que asistir obligatoriamente.
No es obligatorio, pero es lo ideal.
Hoy voy a mandar tarea, disculpe.
Yes, of course. We have homework, for sure. Hoy tenemos tarea, chicos, as every Thursday. I was waiting. Iba por partes, ahí les voy dando los anuncios. No worries. So, let me see. Katie join. Chicos, en el chat les estoy escribiendo los temas para el examen. Ténganlos muy en cuenta. ¿Sí? Yo sé que les puede ir muy bien desde que estudien. So, as you know, as mentioned, as Marco mentioned it today, Thursday, as every Thursday, we have homework, of course. But we're going to check it at the end. Let's wait for your classmate. Katie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, mister.
Diego, good morning, guys. Welcome. It's nice to see
Good
you.
good morning, mister.
Good morning. So, guys, again, as you know, as we talk about it, you are going to take the first quiz on Wednesday, okay? And here you are some of the topic. Please study this topic. Most of them are vocabulary. Most of them are vocabulary. Phrasal verbs, the difference between way, trip, travel, journey, food, dish, plate, I think I missed one, etc. So please keep in mind this vocabulary. And for the grammar topics, too much, too many, so, such, enough. Okay, these are the topic for the test. Mainly, esos son como los temas principales. Of course, you're going to find a reading comprehension, listening comprehension, and speaking, okay? But we are going to do it in 2 classes because it's a long exam. Lo hacemos en 2 clases para que no nos tengamos que ahí como que matar con eso. So please, keep in mind, take notes of the topics. As I mentioned it, in the platform, you can find files from Monday and Tuesday with this topic, with short explanation and exercises. We're going to work on that next week, but if you want it, you can download it and practice during the weekend, okay? So please take advantage of the weekend. Study. I know you can do it if you study, okay? What else? As you know, today is Thursday. As every Thursday, we have homework, but the deadline have changed. Sorry, there's some changes again. The idea is you join tomorrow and do the homework, okay? But the deadline is Sunday. La fecha límite es el domingo. O sea, la plataforma no se les va a bloquear hasta el domingo. Pero la idea de también es hacerla mañana, okay? And we are going to check it at the end. I'm waiting for Adrian and for Dominic. Maybe they join. So let's give them more time. So yesterday, as I mentioned, we talked about too much, too many, and enough. So let's continue. Let me see something. So is this enough? So now we're going to, today, the idea is to practice a little bit or speaking ability, because remember, you will be evaluated this skill, okay? So it's important to have a practice. It says, speaking part 4, the examiner asks you question to find out your opinion on general topic related to part 3. We're going to check it, no worries. May also ask you to discuss question with the other candidates. So in this kind of exam, usually it's between two students, and you don't know usually with an unknown people. You're going to get into with unknown people, and you have to discuss to talk between you. This part tests your ability to express and justify opinions, agree and disagree. Okay. First of all, we have an example. Let's check it. Sorry. Martina and Miguel are answering an examiner question in speaking part 4. Read their answers, ignoring the gaps, and match the words in the phrases involved with the definition from A to G below. So first of all, let's read the definition. It says, A, solid or liquid substance obtained from animals or plants and used in special in cooking. It says, this is the definition, fat. Fat means grasa in this context. Combination of correct type of amount of food, do less of something, food that is unhealthy but is quick and easy to eat. Food made from milks such as cream, butter, and cheese. Only the particular type of food, some ways of living, the things that a person or particular group of person usually do. So let's read it. So, Diego, could you read the example, please?
Do you think fast food is bad for you? I think it depends. I think the most important thing is to have a balanced diet.
Keep going, no worries about the blanks.
You eat a variety of vegetables, meat, cereals, and so on. I'm not sure it matters so much how long it takes to prepare. I think fast food is just food which is prepared quickly. If you just live on what's it's called junk food, For instance, hamburgers and pizzas and things like that. You probably need to cut down and have more balanced diet. And Miguel, what do you think? I agree with Martina. I think it's fine to eat fast food occasionally. You have to balance balance it with other things like fresh fruit and vegetables are in seasons and cut down on dairy products and fat. Also, I think that you eat is only one part of a healthy lifestyle.
Okay, great job. So now we're going to match these words involved with this definition. Diego, thank you. I really appreciate it. Stephanie, a balanced diet. Which definition?
Letter B, combination of the correct type and a mood of food.
Great. Then we have junk food. Katie.
Letter D, food that's in unhealthy but is quick and easy to eat.
Let me see. Food, we're talking about junk food. Food, leather, you
Letter
said?
D.
Sorry.
D, D.
This is number 2. I'm trying to learn it. Okay. Marco, cool down. Cool down. There is a mistake. This is one. This is not one. What do you think is the meaning of cool down with the contest, Marco? If we don't know the word, because it could happen, we can find out the meaning using the context, okay? So what do you think cool down means?
Con la, hey, con la A.
No. Mm-mm. La ya está hecha. La es fat. Fat.
Letter C.
Letter C, actually. So let's say cool down, no coloquemos números, cool down, diet. And in number 2, we say jump. Okay, so far so good, guys. You're doing pretty good with the definition. Then we have, who's missing? Nobody. Okay. Diego, dairy products.
Letter Letter E. Foods made from milk such as cream, butter, and cheese.
Yes, dairy products. It means lácteos. In this case, dairy products are lácteos. Hey, thank you, Diego. You're on fire as always. Fat, we already mentioned that fat is solid or liquid substance obtained from an animal or plant and used especially in cooking. Fat puede ser gordo o puede ser grasa. In this case, grasa. Lifestyle, Stephanie.
Someone way of living, the thing that person or particular group of people usually do.
Okay, and I miss one. ¿Qué palabra me comí, chicos? Because
Next to the number 3, it says live on. I
live
think.
on. Thank you so much, Diego. Live on. Thank you. Okay, you did it pretty good. So, a balanced diet. So we say combination of the correct amount of food. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. So now you're going to complete the blanks. Please take 5 minutes to complete the blanks. And then we socialize. We already have the definitions. Okay. So you can complete.
Mister, ¿cuál es la número 2? O sea, ¿cuál es la palabra de la número 2?
There's
O
no
sea, ¿cuál
word.
es
You
la...?
need to look for one of these and match it.
No, no,
No,
no.
no hay palabra. Tiene que
Ah,
mirar
no hay
cómo lo puede
palabra.
completar. Cómo le queda con
Mm.
sentido. A moment. In a moment, I'm going to share again. Sí. Curso. Sorry, guys. Sorry, my bad. These are the words we need to use. I didn't read completely. Complete the Martinez and Miguel's answer by writing the words on the phrases from the box in the gaps. Then listen to check your answer. Sorry, it's my bad. These are the words we need to use. Because, but, in other word, on the other hand, then, what, and which. Okay? Let's try it and then we listen to check it. I hate how this PDF works. Sorry. I really sorry. And then after this, we're going to work on speaking practice. Okay? I have some exercises. When you finish, let me know, okay? That way we can start.
I finished, mister.
Okay, thank you.
I finished.
Thank you, Stephanie. Let's give a moment to Katie and Mark, okay? Thank you, Marco. So I can neither see the text and the words. Ready, Katie?
Yes, Mr. Ray.
Okay, thank you. Katie, let's check it. Let's start it. Start reading, please, Katie.
Okay. Do you think fast food is bad for you? I think it depends. I think the most important is if you have a balanced diet because you eat a variety vegetable, meat, and cereals and so on.
You're right. Thank you, Katie. Diego, keep going, please.
I'm not sure it matters so much how long it takes to prepare, but I think fast food is just food which is prepared quickly.
Thank you. Awesome. Stephanie, number 3.
I think fast food. uh,
I think fast food, yes, keep going. I think fast food is just food which is prepared quickly. Sorry, I'm going to zoom here.
Number 3.
So, number 3, Stephanie.
um, and I think fast food is just food which is prepared quickly. On the other hand, if you just live
On the other hand, if you live on what is called junk food, are you sure?
for me, yes.
But because fast food and your food are similar. If you say, on the other hand, it's because you're going to introduce a contrast, something different. If you just live on what is called junk food, Marco, what about you? Number 3.
Eh, Howe, o sea, es con H. However, algo así.
However, what we have because, but, in other words, on the other hand, then, what, which. Diego, what about you?
I use in other words.
In other words, okay. In other words. If you live on what, because if you say fast food and junk food are synonym, comida rápida, comida chatarra. When we talk comida rápida, comida chatarra, we're talking about hamburger, pizza, lasagna, that kind, and unhealthy food. If you say, on the other hand, you're going to introduce another argument. Si va a hablar de algo completamente diferente. En este caso, digamos, on the other hand, si fuese a hablar de comida saludable, porque ya estamos hablando de comida chatarra, ¿cierto? Pero como seguimos en la misma línea, no podríamos utilizar on the other hand, porque no vamos a introducir otra idea opuesta a lo que estamos mencionando. Ok, no worries. Thank you, Stephanie. Marco, está en la página, Marco, sí está ubicado. Esas son las palabritas que debemos usar para completar. Because, but, in other words, on the other hand, then, what, and which. Yes, Marco? Okay, great. So, Marco, try with number 4. Keep reading. So, in other words, is you just live on what is called junk food, for instance, hamburgers, pizza, and things like that. What?
Then,
Then you probably need to cut down and have more balance. Oh, great. Thank you, Marco. Katie, continue, please. Okay, examiner. And Miguel, what do you think? Miguel, go ahead, Katie.
I agree with Martina. I think it's fine to eat fast food occasionally. Ahí puse which which you have to balance.
No.
No, es on other hand.
Ujú. On the other hand, ahí sí les creo. On the other hand. Porque mire, fast food, ahí sigue hablando, ahí sigue la línea de fast food, ¿cierto? Ya después dice on the other hand, you have balanced diet with other things like fresh fruit and vegetables. Ya introdujo otro tipo de comida. Pasamos de comida chatarra a comida más saludable. Thank you, Katie. Ahí sí les creo on the other hand. Diego, ¿qué escribió ahí? Number 5.
On the other hand,
Ok, Diego. Diego, number 6. Easy.
like fresh fruits and vegetables which are in season.
Which, recuerden que which reemplaza o personas o cosas, y en este caso este which se está refiriendo a los vegetales y a las frutas. In other words, los cuales son en temporadas, ¿cierto? And cut down on dairy products and fat, y también reducirle a los lácteos y a la grasa. Finally, Stephanie, I also like that.
Also, I think that what
What,
you
actually?
eat is only one part of a healthy lifestyle.
Exactly. What do you eat? Lo que comes. Is only one part of a healthy life.
Mister, ¿cómo se traduce eso?
Lo que comes.
Yo
Also,
pienso que,
yo creo o yo
que,
opino, yo pienso que lo que comes es solo una parte de un estilo de vida saludable.
ahí ese what no es que, sino
Lo
lo.
que, exactly. Lo que, exactly. Okay. Guys, well done. You did it pretty good. Congratulations. Okay. Notice that in your speeches or in your production, reading production, you need to use connectors. Okay. So be careful with the uses of connectors. So now,
Eso también va en el examen, mister, que la colocación de esos conectores.
no, I don't think so. Yo no vi eso. Ese
Ya.
tipo de exámenes. I checked the
Ok,
reading
mister,
part,
thank
and
you.
the reading part is just read and answer. Yo miré la parte de lectura si de pronto era completar y hasta donde yo vi, y ahorita nos volvemos a mirar y nos cercioramos, la mayor parte era simplemente contestar con base en la lectura. So now, we're going to practice speaking practice. Speaking practice. Let's see. So speaking practice. So this is my part. As I mentioned before, you're going to work in pairs. So we are going to start it with Diego and Stephanie, okay? So, examiner, I am the examiner. Now, I would like to talk about something together for about 2 minutes. You have to talk about 2 minutes. But as this is a practice, you can do it for more time, okay? Here are some action local councils could take to protect environment and a question for you to discuss. First, you have 15 seconds to look at the task. So, let's highlight the main information here. So, action local councils could take to protect the environment. O sea, ¿qué acciones pueden tomar los consulados locales, las alcaldías, las gobernaciones, como lo quieran llamar, para proteger el medio ambiente? This is the main idea. And here you have the actions. Acá tienen la información. De eso tienen que hablar basados en esta información. How effective would this action be protecting the environment? ¿Qué tan efectivas serían estas acciones protegiendo el medio ambiente? So, improving public transport service, organizing communities cleanup days, planting more trees and urban parks, banning single use of plastic. Banning es como banear, remover. Fining people for throwing litter, como multar a la gente por tirar basura o desechos o restos. So, Diego and Stephanie, you have some seconds to look at this action and think about this question. And then you're going to start it discussing, okay? So, go ahead. Look at the options and think about the answer. Let me see. 1 minute. If you want it, you can take notes. Write the key ideas, okay? Main ideas. Words. no sentences because it takes too much time. Just write words. And then Kenny and Marco, I have an exercise for you. No worries, I have another topic for you. But you have the opportunity to watch Diego and Stephanie as an example. I suggest you to prepare to this kind of activities. You can look on YouTube. Look for Cambridge oral test B2, and you're going to watch people taking and answering this kind of tests. And you can take some ideas or copy some ideas with the answer, expression, vocabulary. I think it's pretty useful. Okay, Diego and Stephanie, let's start it. So please turn on your microphones, you two. Stephanie, Diego, go ahead, I'm waiting for you.
I don't know how to start a conversation like this.
So
Can you
that's one
tell me
part
some
of the
idea?
exam. So, for example, who should start it? Would you like to start it? I'm going to start it. And you started giving your opinion, okay? So,
Mm,
Diego, go ahead. Who's going to start,
um,
guys?
me.
Okay, so go ahead. Stephanie, turn on your microphone and
Um,
calm down, guys. No worries, relax. It's a practice.
Stephanie, have you looked that recently the local councils have started an local project to ask the people what actions would be more effective to protect the environment?
Sorry, I cannot understand. My mom is cold. I don't know.
Are you okay, Stephanie? Calm down.
I no, viste, no puedo escuchar nada, están haciendo mucha bulla.
But do you think you can participate it? ¿Cree que pueda participar?
Mm, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, Diego, could you repeat it? I'm sorry, Rick, but could you repeat it,
Okay.
please?
Hey, Stephanie, have you looked recently the local councils have started a program to ask the people how effective would some actions be in protecting the environment?
Protecting the environment required both environment action individually responsibility. Um, one uh, one of most effective uh, solution of improving public transport because in encourage encourage people to to use buses and trains instead uh, instead of private cars which reduce traffic and air pollution. Another important action is planting more trees and create urban parks. As tree, as tree, as tree, um, abs- absorb absorb carbon dioxide. Um, um, mm, produce. Mire cómo se dice oxígeno.
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
I agree with you because maybe the councils can make electric buses, and improve the train service to be more attractive for people instead of use cars. But I think the most important action the councils can do is banning single-use plastic because it's one of the most important problems nowadays because plastic it's the plastic hurts the environment in general. I Other opinion I have it's that could be better if the people organize in communities to do cleanup days, but I think this is more difficult to do it because maybe some people don't want to collaborate or something like that. But maybe the councils um, can be more attractive these projects by giving by giving money. I don't know how to say it in English, but giving money to people to do these activities and find it more attractive. I don't know what you think.
Mm, Listen, this, bueno,
So, Stephanie, your last speech, what do you think?
I think ba ay banning single-use plastic and improve public transport are most effective action because they reduce pollution. Single-use plastic take hundreds years of years to ay, see, becomes. Oh my God, man. They pollute rivers, um, oceans, are army animals, marine life, improving public transport to reduce uh, traffic, air pollution, carbon emissions, because few, ay, few, my God, uh, um, because fewer people use um prepaid cars. In my opinion, these two actions can be the biggest positive impact on the environment.
Okay, guys. Okay, you can stop here. Well done. I really appreciate it. Okay. So I have feedback. I love the way that Diego started introducing a question for the topic. Okay. So, Stephanie, you were so nervous and you didn't notice. Although you didn't realize, so when you started, you didn't answer Diego's question. Okay. But it could be cool. Diego, I really appreciate it. Pronunciation. Instead, I imagine you try to say instead means en vez de, and private. Right. Guys, I suggest you avoid using a noun word. Si no conocen la palabra, mejor que no se metan con eso. Por ejemplo, términos muy químicos o términos muy especializados. Caso omiso, busquen sinónimos o busquen algo que sí conozcan. Porque cuando buscamos una palabra, no la encontramos, nos blanqueamos. ¿Listo? Entonces es mejor no usar palabras desconocidas, chicos. Busquen sinónimos, trabajen como puedan con lo que sepan. Mm, connectors of addition. Cuando Diego quería agregar la segunda idea, que dice another of my opinion. Also, in addition, or, okay, also or in addition, or as well. Okay. But you can also use a connector like as result, if we banish a single-use plastic, as result, we can increase whatever. Oh, if we don't do this, as result or as a consequence, because it's something negative, pollution is going to decrease. But if we stop using or we improve public transport service, pollution, as result, pollution is going to decrease, blah, 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 something like that, right? Sponsoring. Diego, patrocinando. Sponsoring. De patrocinador, right? And the one thing I think it was a lack, it was showing agreement or disagreement between your ideas or among your ideas. For example, Diego in the first part did it. I agree with you because blah blah blah. But Stephanie, it's okay. Each of you have your own point of view, but you need to let us know if you are agree or disagree. Okay? Or partially agree. You can say, okay, Diego, yes, I agree with you. One in single-use plastic is important, but anyway, I consider that improving public transport service is even more because blah 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 blah. Okay? But try to show agreement or disagreement. Okay. But in general terms, I really appreciate it. You did it pretty good. I know it's not easy. We get nervous when we have to talk, even more when we are being evaluated. So well done. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Chicos, el feedback no se lo tomen a mal, es solo para que lo tengan en consideración. Listo. Well done. So now, guys, let me see something. Vamos a seguir con Katie y Marco. Muajajaja. Pero creo que no me han dado asistencia, ¿cierto? Entonces voy a hacer primero eso antes de que se me pase. Ah, bueno, les voy a dar el tema para que mientras yo tomo asistencia, ustedes pueden ir pensando acerca. So now, we have another topic for Katie and Marco. From here. So, promoting healthy digital habits. Como impulsando hábitos digitales saludables. So, now I would like to talk you about, I would like you to talk about something together. For 2 minutes, here are some strategies people use to maintain a healthy balance with technology. O sea, este tema va relacionado con el uso saludable y balanceado de la tecnología. And a question for you to discuss. First, you have 5 seconds. You have at least 1 minute. No worries about that. To look at the task. Yo les voy a dar más tiempo. No worries. Now, talk to each other about how helpful these strategies are for reducing screen time. So, necesitamos reducir el tiempo en pantallas. And here we have some strategies. So, turning off smartphone notification. Desactivando las notificaciones. Taking up activities outdoors hobby. Comenzar hobbies o hacer hobbies que sean de actividades que nos saquen de la casa. Having screen-free bedrooms. Tener cuartos donde no haya pantallas. En otras palabras, diríamos que ni televisores ni computadores. Setting daily time limits on social media. O sea, como nosotros mismos establecemos unos tiempos diarios o unos límites diarios del uso de las redes sociales. Or using traditional paper books and clocks. Utilizando libretas, en vez de apuntarte en el celular, libretas y relojes normalitos, ¿sí? Pero no estar dependiendo de todo el celular. So, in the meantime, while you're taking attendance, Marco and Katie, you're going to take about this, okay? How useful are these strategies for reducing screen time? These strategies. So please think about it. And keep in mind the suggestion I gave to Diego and Stefan. ¿Sí? Recuerden las sugerencias que le hice a ellos dos. And no worries, you're not being evaluated. No los estoy evaluando, ¿sí? Eso es una práctica. No se me van a poner ahí muy estresados. ¿Listo? Tranquilos, estamos mirando, estamos practicando. No se me asusten. Algo más random, pero que algo que me servía a mí cuando eran este tipo de exámenes que me ponían muy nervioso era comerme una chocolatina. El dulce me ayudaba a manejar los nervios. Just in case. Okay, guys, I'm going to take the attendance. Okay. Let me see. Ush, Domenica and Adrian. So let me see. Ahí sí. What a shame. They missed this test. You can take notes, write the main ideas. Chicos, pueden tomar notas, solo que no tomen frases y frases enteras. Solo copien las ideas principales, ¿ok? I wanted to share something with you. But let me see. In the chat, I'm going to send you a link. Here you are a link with some videos in which you can see example of these kind of exams, okay? How people answer or how people, yes, solve this kind of test. Okay, so let's start it because time is almost over. So, Katie and Marco, go ahead. Marco, please turn on your microphone.
Okay, vamos a ver. Okay, I seen the turn off the notification in the cellular is very effective strategic because you constantly you check the notification in the cell when it's not necessary. You check all the time and you lost concentration in your activity. And the other and the other ways you can having a screen-free bedroom. You need turn off the cellular 2 hours before you go the bed, and you can sleep better. Y ahí como le hago el empate, simplemente paro, ¿o qué?
Yes, what do you think, for example?
Ah, yeah,
Pregúntale como
what do
una
you
frase para
see?
pasarle la pelota a él.
Yeah, what do you see?
Tengo que hablar del tercer tema, ¿verdad?
Yes, this topic, with these ideas.
El tercer tema es...
How helpful are these strategies for reducing screen time? Esas estrategias que tenemos utilizado para reducir el tiempo que pasamos en pantallas. These strategies. So, for example, Katie talked about turning off smartphone notification. So, what about you, Diego? And also, Katie mentioned also having screen-free time bedrooms.
¿Puedo hablar de la misma que ella habló? ¿O no?
Yes, of course. You agree? Of course.
Turning off notification while stop contacts distraction when the phone buzzes. El beneficio help, helps stay focused and cuts screen time immediately. Eh, Setting daily time limit on social media. Main idea help you become aware of how much time you wasted. Como punto clave,
Remember, you can use
for
Spanish, okay, during the test. Ese es un ejemplo, está bien, pero en el examen si no sé nada de español, ok?
taking out active outdoor hobbies, replace screen time con physical activity or social media interaction, y fight using traditional paper books and clocks. Get smartphone completely lit out of your morning and bedtime routines.
Okay, Marco. Okay, Marco and Katie. Thank you. That's enough because of the time. No worries. I'm going to give you a feedback. So, I consider could sound better if at the beginning you introduce the topic. For example, I consider that the strategy that is the most useful for reducing screen time is turning off smartphone notification to put in context the topic, reducing screen time. Okay. Avoid repetition. If you say you
Mister, pero yo
can,
pensé que era como,
go ahead, Katie. No worries. Tell me.
ok, yo pensé que era como el diálogo del libro, que empieza directamente I
Okay,
seen y
could
de ahí
be.
una vez la opción
Sí.
que
Eso es solo una sugerencia mía, no es que esté mal, solo es
tengo
una.
que pensar entonces,
Es una sugerencia mía, porque de esa manera
ya.
también pueden hacer un poco más largo el discurso, ¿sí? Pueden aprovechar los recursos que ya tienen para hacer un poco más rico su discurso, un poquito más largo, ¿cierto?
Ya, listo.
Okay. Avoid repetition. Remember that in formal language, we try to avoid repetition. Tratamos de evitar decir lo mismo. You can, you can, you can. You can, it could be useful, you can, it help you to improve, or whatever. O sea, puedo usar you can, después it can be useful, después you can, ¿sí? No es que no puedo volver a repetir you can en todo lo que diga, pero no decirlo una, otra seguida, ¿sí? La puedo ir rotando entre otras expresiones similares. Again, showing agreement or disagreement. Por ejemplo, Katie lo hizo bien. What do you think? ¿Cierto? Es una forma de, se pasa la pelota. Listo, mijo, yo ya acabé mi idea. ¿Qué va a decir usted? ¿Cierto? Entonces el otro debería comenzar, como le preguntan, what do you think? O como digo, comenzó al principio, que comenzó con una pregunta. Presten atención también a lo que les dicen la persona que está a su lado y miren qué van a responder. Si les pasaron con una pregunta, comiencen con esa pregunta. Okay, what do you think? Well, I agree with you because I think turning the smartphone notification could help us to focus in other activities and we are working on something else. We won't be care about our phones, for example. But also I consider that taking other activities, outdoor hobbies could help us to stop or reducing screen times because while we are doing something else, for example, playing football, or we are spending time with friends or families talking or doing some action face to face, we won't have time to pay attention to our phones. ¿Sí? Something like that. ¿Sí? Van a mostrar agreement or disagreement. Or no, I disagree with you because I think turning off my smartphone notification is not enough. Because anyway, if you have your smartphone in your pocket or in your hand, even though you didn't realize of your notification, you just need to take a check. You just look at your smartphone, and you know if someone have sent a message or you have a new notification on social media or something like that. ¿Sí? Mostrar si están en desacuerdo o en acuerdo, al menos cuando se pasen la batuta, y de ahí empiezan a desarrollar tu idea, ¿sí? Y se la van a continuar, entonces ya vuelven y le hacen otra pregunta, ¿sí? Y así se van desarrollando. Está un poco más claro, chicos. Anyway, lo hicieron muy bien. Miren que no es un ejercicio fácil. Los felicito, Katie, Stephanie, Marco, Juan Diego. Los felicito, de verdad. Lo hicieron muy bien. Acá dice 15 segundos. Pues 15 segundos es nada. No creo. A mí nunca me ha tocado 15 segundos. Usualmente le dan un minutico, poco más de un minuto para preparar. Desde mi experiencia, chicos, preparar es súper útil. O sea, preparar lo que les digo. Piensen qué quieren decir. Ustedes van a tener un paso de papel y un lapicero. Escriban palabras, solo palabras. Entonces, turn off notification. Un cuarto sin pantallas. Turn on notification, porque entonces no nos damos cuenta de algo. Didn't realize. We don't care about the phone. Así, o palabras o frases muy cortas, con las cuales si es necesario, porque no le dan nervios y no se le puede olvidar lo que quiere decir la idea, uno pueda mirar y con solo mirar una frase o una palabra, uno retome la idea, ¿sí? Y pueda seguir. Porque uno no puede estar así, uno tiene que mirar al examinador a los ojos, pero eso no quiere decir que uno no pueda mirar lo que uno anotó, sino porque anotó, ¿cierto? Usted puede mirar, ok, iba a decir esto, entonces sí. Y les ayuda a llevar también como una idea más organizada, que no sea como tan improvisado. Ok, chicos, I'm going to take the screenshot. Katie, no worries, you can do it. You did it pretty good. Congratulations. Chicos, no se desanimen, no se desanimen. Recuerden que estamos en un punto de partida, estamos comenzando el nivel. La idea obviamente es hacerlo muy bien en el examen, pero la idea principal, la meta principal es que al final del nivel estemos súper, ¿listo? Entonces van tomándolo como un punto de partida para que vayan evaluando su mejoría y que deben reforzar. So, thank you so much. Remember to do the homework. I didn't show you the homework. Give me a moment. Quickly, quickly. Give me a moment, give me a moment. Ahora que lo menciono. Homework, homework, homework. Give me a moment. Is to practice such, so, to, or enough. ¿Sí? Solo tienen que completar con una de estas cuatro y acá es elegir la opción correcta. That's all. This is the homework. Okay? Thank you so much. So, take care. See you Monday. Bye bye. Have a nice weekend. See you.